Charlo versus Castano. I just got done watching that weigh-in. A thing of beauty. This is a thing of beauty this week, man. I'm telling you. We got a firecracker of a fight tomorrow night. Do not sleep on it. Do not sleep on it. Let me get the comments up in case people are going to catch this live. I'm sure 80% of people are going to catch this in the archive. So if you are, leave the comment below as weigh-in went. How you thought both guys looked, because both guys look great to me. Both guys came in well underweight, looking fresh, looking dry, but not super dry. You know, they both looked ready. They both had that look in their eyes. Shout out to Dead Game Boxing in the chat. And like I said, man, hit that like button as y'all come in and leave a comment in the chat if you're coming in. Most of these people are going to catch this on the archive. I just wanted to hop on here real quick, do a quick video on how excited I am about this fight, my final thoughts on it, because you can catch my prediction on the channel. I like Charlo in a close fight here. I just think this is his time. No disrespect to Castano, but both guys looked super ready on this with this weigh-in. I mean, both guys look great to me. 153 for Charlo. He came in a whole pound under. This guy is ready. All right. And the same thing with Castano, 153 and 1/4. This guy is ready. From what I'm hearing, he put off his honeymoon for this fight, took the fight, said he's ready to go. Both guys are treating this how they should treat it. Both guys are treating this like this is the fight of their life. This is for the legacy. This is what we pretend to care about as boxing fans all the time, right? We talk about it all the time. I want the best versus the best. Unfortunately, 90% of the content coming out of the YTBC and boxing writers this week has been about other things other than this fight, unfortunately, which once again proves that the people who say they want to see the best versus the best are generally lying. They just like to complain about stuff. But there are some of us who do want to see this stuff. There are some of us who are dropping constant content about this fight coming up, who are talking about this fight constantly and are waiting eagerly for tomorrow night, because this, not only is it for all the marbles. I mean, this is the closest thing you get to a Super Bowl in boxing. Not as big, obviously, but it's for everything. It's for the championship in the division. Every belt that matters is going in one of these fighters' trophy case. And not only that, not only is this for all the marbles, not only is this one of these guys saying nobody else, it's undisputed, nobody else can claim to be a champion in this division. Maybe they're belt holders, maybe they're title holders. They are not champions, all right? But not only that, man, stylistically, this is an intriguing fight. Intriguing fight. Reason being, if you watch Castano fight, you watch him fight last fight against Teixeira, this guy is a pressure fighter, but he's not one of those plotting pressure fighters who's just going to follow, throw wide shots. This guy is very skilled on getting on the inside of taller, rangier fighters, and then letting his hands go with sharp shots on the inside. My only concern with him is he obviously squares up when he's on the inside, much like Jose Ramirez when he fought Josh Taylor, and he paid for it, all right? But Castano is a little sharper on the inside than Ramirez was in that fight against Josh Taylor. The reason I'm favoring Charlo in this fight, and the reason, let me say this first, the reason so many people are giving Castano a good shot of winning this fight, even though there are a lot of people who don't know who Castano is. Some people might say they know who he is, but haven't seen him fight really. The reason people are giving Castano a shot, a legit shot in this fight, he's a live dog, is the pressure and the output. This guy will put out 70, 80 punches in a round. And if he can get that up to 50, 60 punches per round against Charlo, a more economical Charlo, he's going to win some rounds on the scorecards. The big question that I have, and I think that many people have, who are shying away from picking the Castano upset, is how is Castano going to handle those counter punches when Charlo takes that half step back? and starts to pot shot him coming in and starts to time him, and then eventually starts to sit on those punches as Castano comes in. That's number one. Number two is Charlo is not just going to fight off of his back foot all night. Charlo is going to have moments and times in this fight where he starts to push Castano back, right? And he's going to apply his own pressure, smart pressure. He's going to clinch a little bit. He's going to get a little cagey. How does Castano deal with that? And can Charlo win those rounds when he has Castano fighting him off the back foot? So those are the two key questions I have is how's Castano going to deal with that? And we just don't know. And that's why I'm shying away from the Castano upset, even though I give him a good shot in this fight, is not all roads to the undisputed championship are equal. Charlo had a much tougher road to get here than Castano did. Castano had Teixeira, he had Lara, he had some tougher fights, but Charlo went in there with the top dogs in the division. He beat Lubin by knockout. I mean, he had the loss to Tony Harrison, but he came back and avenged that loss. And that's another reason I'm shying away from the upset is Charlo's already been upset. And it's only 3 years ago, and it's fresh on his mind. He's behaved how a fighter should behave after that. He's still fought. He avenged the loss. He fought top competition in the division, and he's gotten to this point. And had he not lost, had he been coming into this undefeated, I would say, maybe he's going to take Castano a little light. Maybe he's not going to be on his A game. But the fact that he's a pound under and still looked, not super dry, still looked ready to go, still looked like he was about his business today. And the fact that he already had his upset, it's already past him. If he loses this fight, it's not going to be because he took Castano lightly. It's going to be because Castano went in there and was the better fighter tomorrow night. But it's not going to be because Charlo took him lightly. So, there are so many questions about this fight. And you add that to the fact that it's for all the marbles. And you add that to the fact that both of these guys look ready at this weigh-in. Both these guys came in well underweight, right? A pound, you're talking about 3/4 of a pound. When we're talking about boxing terms, when guys are trying to edge every 1/10 of a pound, they're coming in well under, which tells me they've been taking this seriously. Their training camps have been on point, and these guys look like they mean business. The stare down was not a fake stare down. That was not a fake stare down. You can tell a fake stare down, right? This was not that. These two guys mean business. They both understand the legacy. What's on the line here? We haven't had too many undisputed champions in the four-weight era of boxing. These guys know that. Charlo has said, I want to be a Hall of Famer. If I'm going to become a Hall of Famer, this is the type of fight I have to win. He means business. And that's why ultimately, man, I'm picking Charlo close. It's going to be a close fight. Unless Charlo stops him with a big shot. Unless he catches him with a big shot, walks Castano into something early in the fight or at any point in the fight. Unless that happens, man, I just see this being close on the scorecards because of Castano's output. His output. I mean, this guy puts out punches, and they're sharp punches, so they catch the judge's eye. But he does square up. And he'll be in there square, and Charlo will have his opportunities to catch this guy with a big counter punch. And how Castano answers to that, how he reacts to that is my big question. If he reacts to those punches well early, we got ourselves a fight. We got ourselves something special if that happens. If he walks into Charlo's big shots early in this fight and just walks straight through him, and he's not deterred by him, we got ourselves a fight. We got ourselves a barn burner. I hope it happens because I want to see a great fight. I like both of these guys, so I don't really have a bias here as to who I would like to see this fight. The Powerade is out, man. That's right. The Powerade is out. Trying to replenish from workouts and cutting the grass and whatnot. So Powerade is out. That's how you know I mean business. But dude, these two guys looked good at the weigh-in. I don't normally over-exaggerate the weigh-ins. No, the weigh-in is the weigh-in, whatever. They made weight. But these two guys came in well under the weight and did not look super dry and stared each other down. and they mean business. I'm telling you. The betting odds for this fight, unfortunately, man, Just Bet is down. Just Bet's been down since yesterday. So I can't see the over under. If anybody has that information, and you can hit it in the comments section in the archive as well. I'm in the blind right now. I can't see my betting odds, but last one I saw was plus 178 for Castano. Plus 178. So Vegas is giving this guy his respect, the much due respect. Honestly, I usually look for the value. That's what you do as a bettor. You look for the value. Is this guy undervalued? You look at it as stocks, right? Is the stock going down? Can you catch it low before it hops up? You look for the value. Which guy is being undervalued? Which guy is being overvalued? I talk about it with the Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao started off as a plus 350 dog. And last I checked, he's all the way down to plus 175. So a lot of people saw value in Manny Pacquiao as a heavy underdog starting off at plus 350. Honestly, I don't see much value if it's still plus 178 because you're nearing toss-up territory at that point. If you like Castano in this fight, I think it's only going to get closer. So jump on the plus 178 now if it's still at plus 178. The thing I'm looking at is the over-under because I think this goes 12. And that's just a gut feeling. I just think Castano is going to react to Charlo's counter punches and his big power shots well. I think he's going to walk through them. And the activity, like I said, is going to score him some rounds. I think this good thing goes 12. I think he's going to react to Charlo's power well. And we got ourselves a 12-round fight. We got ourselves an excellent 12-round fight. Dude, I'm so excited for this fight. And if you're not excited for this fight, then you don't really mean that you want to see best versus best because this is best versus best at 154. It's a division that's heating up. I dropped the video last night talking about the 154-pound division. Charlo, Castano, you still got Rosario there, even though he lost to Lubin. Lubin's in the mix. You got guys there. Tim Tszyu is in the mix now. Danny Garcia is going to be moving up. Eventually, Errol Spence is going to be moving up. Terrence Crawford is going to be moving up eventually in a year or two. And then who knows, a guy like Boots Ennis can move up, big frame. And then you have these guys at the top of 154 who are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're fighting each other. So that is what I like to see in a division. And that's why I love this division. And that's why I love this fight. Charlo is behaving how you want to see a fighter behave. We love to complain and moan. This guy's not fighting this guy. This guy's not fighting this guy. Charlo is behaving how he's supposed to behave as a fighter. All right. So just to wrap it up, I like Charlo. Close fight against Castano. I think it goes 12. So pay attention to the over-under. My betting odds should be up later. I'll put on Twitter and Instagram how I'm betting this fight. I'm going to be betting the over no matter what it is in this fight. If it's 10.5, if it's 6.5, doesn't matter. I think it's going 12. And William Boxing saying he got Castano in this fight. And I'm seeing that, man. I'm seeing people start to come around now that they're more familiar with Castano and his footage, and they're breaking down the footage of his past fights. And they're starting to listen to people, boxing journalists or guys who are breaking down this fight and giving Castano more respect. And the Vegas odds are reflecting that. They're getting closer and closer and closer. To where it's like 60-40 at this point, maybe even below 60-40. So this should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in, get your friends to tune in, get your family to tune in. It's one of those types of fights, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to heat up because Castano is going to bring the fight to Charlo, and I want to see how Charlo reacts to that, and then I want to see how Castano reacts to that. All right. So weigh-in was great. Fight should be great. I'm betting the over. God bless. Peace.